Flower, California, lifts it high, and it'll be head again! The back of the net! You gotta protect our players. Wanted a yellow card there, didn't get what he liked, and that one is going to be a goal for the Buffs!
Hey, soccer's off to a great start and a nice 3-0 victory over the Purdue Boilermakers at Prentice Field. Goals by the Leyba twins, Hope and Faith. Also, Amaya Gonzalez had a great one as well. In fact, that one was so good, it made SportsCenter's top 10 plays of the day at number 4. Back into Stampede, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Back, of course, from Texas, where the Colorado football team opened up the 2023 season, the prime era, with that great victory over TCU. Now, the day ahead of that game, on Friday down in Fort Worth, Commissioner Brett Yorkman from the Big 12, where the Buffaloes are moving back to in 2024, and they held a press conference to welcome the Buffaloes back to the league where they had so much history years ago. And after that press conference, we talked with Athletic Director Rick George.
I don't think there's been a better time than right now to be part of this conference for all the right reasons. We're coming off an incredible year, and I think our future was truly cemented this summer through expansion. And a catalyst for that expansion was Colorado.
Hey, Buff Nation, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson here, Athletic Director Rick George. The day before the season opener, Colorado TCU, Coach Prime's first game, and a big press conference today. Colorado heading to the Big 12 in 2024, and this was kind of just a big warm fuzzy here, man, just getting to know our new partners.
Yeah, it was, and you know, to have the commissioner here from the Big 12 and Jeremiah, the AD at TCU, and you know, we're going to try to create a rivalry with them because we like coming to Dallas, and I know he's got some family back in Boulder, so you know, it's a good kickoff to, you know, what we're going to see next year. And you know, who would have thought that the TCU game that we did 10 years ago would be the place that we have our first meeting with the Big 12 and TCU.
You know, I didn't know much about Brett Yorkman other than the fact he was the new commissioner of the Big 12. The more you get to know him, Rick, he is a very forward-thinking guy. He's like 5 miles ahead of the industry all the time, isn't he?
Right, and he moves quick.
Yeah.
And you know, he's got a vision for what he wants his conference to be, and he wants it to be, you know, an innovative conference that really attracts the youth. And you know, I think it's a great fit for us.
Yeah. He was in town last week, met with Coach Prime.
Yep.
What was that? Speaking of forward-thinking minds, what was that meeting like between those two?
Yeah, well, I don't know who stopped talking first, but they certainly had a good conversation about the Big 12 and CU, and you know, they both think alike, and they're both very forward-thinking as it relates to social media and how to engage and interact with young people on those platforms.
You know, it's not the same. I've said this on a number of venues. It's not the same Big 12 we left, but we're going back to the Big 12. Is there some nostalgia a little bit for you?
Yeah, there is a little bit. You know, we miss some of the schools that were in there, but you know, being in this conference, to go back to Manhattan and to Lawrence and Ames and some of those places, you know, we're excited about that. And then, you know, Baylor wasn't there when I left, and so being able to go play Baylor and TCU and now Houston, and so it's going to be a lot of fun for our student athletes. It's going to be great for CU, and a year from now, we'll look forward to that.
From the time we're standing and recording this right now, it's about 20 hours till we get things underway in that stadium. Excited?
I can't wait. I've been waiting for this moment since December 4th.
There's the Athletic Director, Rick George. It does feel like we're going back home again, doesn't it? All that history in the Big 7, Big 8, Big 12 next year for the Colorado Buffaloes. Hey, by the way, in soccer coming up this weekend, we talked about what a great start it's been to the season. They'll take on Colgate at noon at Prentice Field. Coming up next in the Stampede, we're grilling and chilling with coaches, brought to us by Safeway, and we're going to be joined by volleyball coach Jesse Mahoney.